Greetings everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. In this video you'll be learning about declarative sentences. But before I get started, I wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for all of your love and support. Thank you to everyone who has been watching my videos for starters. Thank you to everyone who's been liking my videos, and thank you to everyone who's been sharing my videos. And I would also like to encourage you guys to leave comments. This could be positive feedback, negative feedback, as long as the negative feedback is respectful. And like I always say, I don't call it negative feedback, I call it constructive criticism. But yeah, you guys can even introduce yourselves or tell me where you're from or leave a fun fact about yourself. But if you don't comment, that's okay too, because I'm not much of a commenter. Like, I'll like videos, but I won't comment unless I absolutely have to. Especially if I see that there's a video that already has like thousands and thousands of comments that haven't been responded to. I'm like, okay, there's no point in me commenting. But yeah, y'all's feedback is greatly appreciated, and I'm happy to have you guys. Okay, now let's get to the video. Okay, for starters, a declarative sentence makes a statement and ends with a period. And I feel like this is the simplest definition of declarative sentence. Like online, you'll see people saying a declarative sentence is a statement and it provides info and it can be an opinion and this and that. And I feel like that just creates confusion, so I just wanted to make it simple. Plus, I feel like all of those things like opinions and providing info fall under the category of a statement. Okay, so our first example says, my shoes are yellow. So this is a statement. Our second example says, the weather is beautiful today. This is a statement. It's also an opinion, but opinion falls under the category of statement. And our last example says, I like drinking water. This is also a statement. There are 3 types of declarative sentences, and I'll be discussing all of these in this video. First, we have simple declarative. Next, we have compound declarative. And lastly, we have complex declarative. So we're going to start with simple declarative, and simple declarative sentences have one complete sentence, and that sentence includes one subject and one verb. And remember, the subject is the person or thing that does the action, and the verb is the action. Also, I prefer to say sentence instead of clause because I feel like clause is kind of advanced, and I feel like everybody knows what a sentence is, or a lot of people know what a sentence is, so I'd rather say sentence. But an independent clause is a complete sentence and a dependent clause is an incomplete sentence, but I'm just gonna say a complete sentence or an incomplete sentence because I feel like the fancy English jargon can be confusing sometimes, and I want to make sure my content is beginner friendly. Okay, so our first example says, my daughter yells a lot. So the subject is daughter and the verb is yells. So this is a simple declarative sentence. Our second example says, my car is pink. The subject is car and the verb is. So this is a simple declarative sentence. And our last example says, I love orange flowers. So the subject is I, and the verb is love. So this is a simple declarative sentence. Next, we have compound declarative, which means the sentence has 2 or more sentences joined together by a coordinating conjunction. And fanboys is an acronym used to remember coordinating conjunctions. And conjunctions, just to be simple, they join words, phrases, and sentences. So fanboys, the F stands for, F-O-R. The A stands for and. The N stands for nor. The B stands for but. The O stands for or. The Y stands for yet, and the S stands for so. So those are all coordinating conjunctions. So our first example says, I want a new phone for my birthday, but I don't have any money. So notice how there's two sentences. I want a new phone for my birthday, and I don't have any money. And these two sentences are joined by the conjunction but. Our second example says, I have a migraine, so I won't be at work today. So notice how there's two sentences. I have a migraine and I won't be at work today. And these two sentences are joined by the conjunction so. And our last example says, Jessica was failing 3 of her classes, yet she still graduated on time. So notice how there's two sentences. Jessica was failing 3 of her classes, and the other sentence says she still graduated on time. And both of these sentences are joined by the conjunction yet. And notice how in all 3 of these examples, each sentence is a complete sentence, also known as an independent clause. Next, we have complex declarative, which means the sentence has one complete sentence, which is also known as an independent clause, and one incomplete sentence, which is also known as a dependent clause. So our first example says, due to the recent snowstorm, I won't be driving. So the part of the sentence that says due to the recent snowstorm, this is an incomplete sentence. The part that says I won't be driving is a complete sentence, And these sentences don't have to be written one way. You could also say I won't be driving due to the recent snowstorm. Our second example says, although I was sleepy, I still finished my homework. So the part that says although I was sleepy is an incomplete sentence, and the part that says I still finished my homework is a complete sentence. And you could also say I still finished my homework although I was sleepy. And our last example says, as a result of the car accident, my arm is broken. So the part of the sentence that says as a result of the car accident is an incomplete sentence. And the part of the sentence that says my arm is broken is a complete sentence. You can also say my arm is broken as a result of the car accident. That concludes our video. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you found this video informative. If you did find this video informative, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or all of the above, and I'll see you next time.